evening. I'm Amy Catcher.
I'm John Mercer. Thanks for joining us tonight. A prostitution sting at 2 Chattanooga area hypnosis clinics leads to 2 arrests. Police believe the stores 2 women were working at were fronts for sex businesses. One store was in the North Shore community and the other was on Lee Highway. WDEF News' Alicia Searle investigates in our top local story.
Who police call criminals, neighbors call an embarrassment.
Can we ask you a couple questions?
25-year-old Susanna Gregory and 22-year-old Kimberly Chacon were not at their Shalford business called Body Rocks Thursday afternoon, but Chattanooga police say they were there on Wednesday. That's when investigators claim Chacon agreed to perform sex acts on an undercover officer in exchange for $140. Gregory is said to have set the whole thing up.
Pretty astonished.
This man, who did not want to be identified, works in the same strip mall and says renovations were being done on this place just a few days ago.
They just said it was a deal where they had clients that would come up and work with a personal trainer, one-on-one sessions, and that was basically it. That's all I got out of the guys doing the construction services.
Now, police believe the business actually relocated here from the North Shore community.
We're here, every day. It's usually starting about 8 o'clock till 8 o'clock at night. We run. We bring our families down here, and nothing out of the ordinary.
Alan Outlaw says he did not even see an unusual amount of cars parked here on Cherokee Boulevard at odd hours of the day.
Honestly, I didn't realize anything was going on until we'd heard some news reports recently.
Now neighbors tell us they wonder why building managers didn't realize this was going on. In Chattanooga, Alicia Searle, WDEF News 12.
Gregory was charged with promoting prostitution. Chacon was charged with prostitution within 1.5 miles of a school. Both have bonded out.
Authorities identified the man killed on I-24 in Chattanooga. 50-year-old Roger Eugene Sutton from Trenton was pronounced dead at an area hospital. Chattanooga police believe he rear-ended a tractor-trailer yesterday afternoon. It happened near the Rossville Boulevard exit. Police continue to investigate how this crash happened. The Hamilton County Grand Jury takes a controversial stand. Jury members say possession of a small amount of marijuana should be legal. WDEF News' James Mahan has more on our local perspective.
It's been illegal for decades. Colorado and Washington have changed their views, and now the Hamilton Grand Jury is changing its mind. In a report, the Grand Jury says state lawmakers should consider legalizing small amounts of marijuana.
But the real question is, what do Tennesseans and Chattanoogans think of smoking a bowl?
As an adult, yes, but as a parent, no.
I have a lot of back pain, and it helps me with my back.
Yes, I think marijuana's been legal in Chattanooga.
Writer and journalist Monty Bell questions if it's okay for booze, why not pot?
With all of the backing that it's received for the alcohol licensing, and you know how many people that kills each year, but yet they've legalized it. Why not marijuana?
His view was echoed by East Tennessee spokesman for NORML, James Vargo.
I want to see it. Some people are just absolutely dead against it no matter what, even if it will help a cancer patient.
Vargo says the real issue is education.
And it's because they just don't have the knowledge or education about it.
Drug abuse therapist Pat Fitzpatrick is for the legalization of the drug for adults, but not adolescents.
Because their developmental systems, their minds, etc., have not developed to that point. The same reason we don't allow people beyond a certain age to drive an automobile, to buy alcohol, other products.
Vargo and his team are optimistic.
I think it's going to be a wonderful thing when it happens in Tennessee, I really do.
But not everyone agrees.
Like I said, no drug should be legal. Any mind-altering drug should not be legal.
In Chattanooga, James Mahan, WDEF News 12.
Vargo added he doesn't expect there to be major changes regarding marijuana in Tennessee anytime in the next 2 or 3 years.
Well, a small fire in the cabinetry shop at Bradley Central High School caused the evacuation of 1,300 to 1,400 students this afternoon. Now, the school system's safety and security coordinator tells News 12 a fire broke out inside the ventilation fan ductwork. The cabinetry shop teacher suffered a very minor injury. He was treated at the scene. Firefighters were able to quickly put that fire out. The Cleveland Fire Department is investigating the cause. Well, a new sprinkler ordinance at Chattanooga nightclubs and other public venues has the attention of fire officials. This morning, the Chattanooga Fire Department and Fire Marshal's Office conducted a fire sprinkler demonstration. Firefighters had 2 specially constructed rooms, one with a sprinkler head, one without. They also explained the benefits of having that system in place.
What we want to demonstrate today is the use of fire sprinklers, how quick they put the fire out. They can save lives.
This is a stark demonstration of what happens when fire is left to run its course
and when we do something to stop it in its tracks.
And that demonstration was held at the Fire Training Center that's on Hamden-Cola Highway.
What started out as an attempt to require a public vote before a city could annex new residents turned into a year-long moratorium in the state of Tennessee. State Representative Mike Turner of Ooltewah says he didn't get what he wanted, but the issue is not dead. WDEF News 12's Bill Mitchell has more in our continuing coverage.
Governor Bill Haslam has not signed the bill, but Republican lawmakers say he will. The legislature debated and amended the legislation introduced in the House by Representative Mike Carter. It now takes a different form. It's now a moratorium that halts all annexation of residential areas for a year. Carter initially wanted citizens to get to vote on any annexation.
Everyone in Nashville says this is Mike Carter's problem and Bo Watson's problem in Chattanooga. Nothing could be further from the truth. There were 8 or 11, and I've heard both, so I'm not sure which, bills filed to stop annexation from across the state.
The city of Collegedale is booming. Its leaders have been moving ahead to annex industrial areas and some undeveloped property where housing areas are bound to spring up.
We obviously are going to always adhere to state law. So the state legislature says that we can no longer annex unless it's by referendum, then we'll be happy to abide by that.
And we're not against annexation. We're not against cities growing, but so many of these cities have written me and they're pretty upset with Bo Watson and I.
The urban growth boundary, which was passed back in 2000, said that the municipalities had a right to annex without the citizens having an opinion, and fundamentally that's wrong.
Mayor Turner says his city has ceased all residential annexation plans. Other cities around the state are doing the same. They put their plans on hold until further notice. In Collegedale, Bill Mitchell, WDEF News 12.
Representative Mike Carter says Tennessee is one of only 3 states in the nation where residents do not get to vote on being annexed. And he points out the law will not stop cities from annexing commercial and industrial properties. The town of Nyota gets a 60-day extension for insurance coverage. It comes after 5 days without insurance for the Tennessee town of just under 1,000 people. The city's liability insurance expired at midnight on April 18th. Officials say the Tennessee Municipal League declined to renew the city's policy after Nyota commissioners refused to cooperate with its investigation into harassment claims by employees. Former Mayor Cecil Black says he's shocked by this situation.
There's no way that anyone will volunteer because it is a touchy subject, because no matter how you look, the city of Nyota is going to have to pay the price.
The loss of insurance affected every service that requires a city-owned vehicle or equipment. That's garbage, police, and fire services.
Well, residents in Ooltewah and Collegedale now have access to fresh, locally grown food. Today marks the first day of the Ooltewah Farmers Market. It's located on Main Street behind the Ooltewah Nursery and Landscape Company. Now, the nursery is in charge of running the operation. Organizers say this will be the only market of its kind in the immediate area. 12 farms have gotten approval to bring their products to the market.
I'm a person who likes to shop at farmers markets. I love supporting local family farms, and I love healthy, fresh vegetables. And I realized that we didn't have that here in our area. And there's a lot of people in our area that want access to fresh, locally grown fruits and vegetables. And so we saw that as a way to meet that need.
And the Ooltewah Farmers Market takes place every Thursday from 2 until 5 p.m.
Now, your Storm Team 12 24-hour forecast.
And it was a nice day for that farmer's market. Look for more nice weather on the way. Here's a look at that forecast as we head into the next 24 hours. Chilly overnight as lows fall between about 38 and 41 or 42. Tomorrow, though, lots of sunshine. A good-looking day near 75 as we go to the break. If you need a weather alert radio, check them out at Bilo. We have plenty of them, $29.99 with a bonus card.
Workers at the Chattanooga Community Kitchen are used to helping feed people in need.
But now they're getting some help of their own. We'll tell you about a big donation that will make a big difference.